This is a review for DealExtreme.com. On this site, you can buy a lot of items, mostly computer stuff and electronics. But you can also find miscellaneous things like trinkets and toys and accessories. You can buy them here for a lot cheaper than you would in a store. Shipping is absolutely free if you do not choose the quicker delivery options. Of course, there is a catch. The items here may not be of excellent quality, and a lot of the things here can be knockoffs. They do ship from Hong Kong, so it can take as long as a month to arrive, maybe more. Sometimes things are as quick as a week or two, but I wouldn't guarantee that unless you pay for shipping. Things do get lost in the mail, etc., and you can ask for a replacement, but of course that will cost you another waiting period for it to ship. So let me show you two things I have bought. One is the Ace Card 2 for the Nintendo DS Lite. It was a little less than $12 at the time, and since then the price has gone down to $10.44. And I highly recommend it if you have a Nintendo DS. However, like I said, the quality is not excellent. The TF flash card thingy right here, it broke after I dropped it. I did use it a few times and it worked well, but after I dropped it once, it stopped working. Well, of course, that could have been my fault, but I feel like a well-made reader wouldn't have died on me so early if I had dropped it. However, the main thing was the Ace card itself right here, and this is where all the money's at, and it still works perfectly fine, even to this day. I also bought, which you saw earlier, the stainless steel Travel Easy fork, spoon, and chopstick set. It was just for fun. It was real cute. I bought it for fun to bring it to school for lunch, and it has little smiley faces on it. It's not heavy at all, and it's portable, which is exactly what I wanted. It's only $4.50. However, the spoon did not arrive, and it clearly says it's a fork, spoon, and chopstick set. So I was a little put off because I did pay $4.50 for it, and it's not much, but the spoon itself was almost 1/3 of the entire package, so I was a little disappointed. I sent in a support ticket, and I'll talk a little more about that later. So as you can see from my experience, it can either be really good or really bad. For me personally, it's been all good until a little mistake they had, but they corrected it. So if you buy really cheap things, most likely you'll get your money's worth, but occasionally there will be a few slip-ups here and there, and it's up to you whether you want to take the risk. As I was saying earlier, there is a support. You send a ticket in for any problems. I sent in a ticket for my missing spoon that I mentioned up earlier. Although on the site it says they reply within 24 to 48 hours, it took a few days and maybe a little less than a week before I got a reply. The reply I received, it was very professional. I sent in pictures of the product, and I wrote here, it's missing the spoon. And the reply I got, thank you for your pictures. The reshipment of missing items have already been arranged to you, and you will receive a shipping notification once we get it sent. Please kindly be patient. Should you have any other question, please feel free to contact us again. Best regards, Charlene. And there was even a picture of the support worker who replied to me right here. And I thought that was a little odd because usually on sites, when you contact support, they don't show you your picture, but it's kind of unique. I guess it's to show you they exist and it's a real person and they're here to help. A little bit more personal. As a way of paying, they use PayPal, so it is very safe. If you know PayPal, you don't have to let the supplier see your credit card and other info in order to pay. There's a lot of gadgets here, mostly knockoffs or cheap versions, but they work surprisingly well for their extremely cheap prices. Like, I'm a fan of Apple, and I have an iPod, and I like the earphones, but are they really worth that much money? They cost $29 from the Apple Store. I've already gone through 2 sets of headphones because they would wear out, and I don't want to buy a new one. They do have knockoffs, and as you can see here, it's called a replacement earphone. They don't call it Apple. See, at least they don't claim it's the real thing. Obviously, they're not from Apple, but look at the price. It's $1.98, and that's free shipping too, you know? Obviously, quality isn't going to be that great, and they're not as good as the Apple earphones, but for $1.98, it's a steal, and it works well enough. There are 200 votes on this. It's got an overall rating of 3 stars, which is not great, not bad, you know, in the middle. And there are a lot of reviews, about 104 reviews. You can always check the reviews for products to make sure if it's something you want to buy or not. Let's take a look at the other iPod items. See, there's 314 reviews for this one, 364 reviews for this one, 152 reviews for this, and not too many for the other ones, but some products with more reviews, that means more people buy them and the product is worth reviewing about. So it's great because you can just check out their feedback and see what they have to say about it before you decide to buy something. DealExtreme is very handy if you do not have a set time for when you want things to arrive. You're going to have to wait a little bit, quite a long time, for about a week or a month or more. I wouldn't recommend expecting anything to arrive in less than a month unless you pay for shipping, which can be pricey because they ship from overseas. And I would be careful about buying the really expensive items because who knows what could go wrong. I would definitely stick with the cheaper items, not like these cameras here. I mean, they are cheap for cameras, but I don't know how the quality is, and in case it ever gets lost in the mail, that's something you wouldn't want to happen. But yeah, this site is pretty good. It has treated me well. Support is very good. Now I'm going to talk about support. Again, I'd like to mention that today I received my extra set for the spoon, fork, and chopstick set. I thought they were just going to send me the spoon that I was missing, but it turns out they sent me a whole nother case, you know, the whole case with the fork, spoon, and chopsticks. So now I have 2 cases, and although I have one missing spoon, I feel like I got way more than I should have for $4.50, and they were really nice to send me an entire replacement, and I highly recommend the site. Thanks for watching.